Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have fun playing some Jetmir Landfall. So we have Jetmir, which is a sweet up card, but we also got a ton of awesome common lands from this new set that enter the battlefield and immediately go find another land for us. So for a landfall deck, this is a dream. We get to have 10 lands in this deck that go, have a double trigger for landfall effects, which is really, really cool, really awesome. I'm a big fan of it. We also have Restoration of Eiganjo, which can also create many more landfall effects. So we've had a lot of value in the landfall area for a while now, but being able to have this, just something that triggers immediately, gains us life as well when we're needing the tap lands every once in a while. There are some times that this landfall decks can go really slow because we have so many slow lands in the deck that it's important that we are gaining life. And so I really like that these enter the battlefield, have the landfall trigger abilities if they're available, and then we get to go grab a bunch of basic lands, which first with Phylath, and then we get to just have fun doing all the things. We also get to play Jinnie in this deck, and Landfall has lots of tokens. We do have Scute Swarm. It is kind of a nombo with Scute Swarm. Once we get up to enough lands, we don't want to be turning the Scute Swarm extra tokens into cats and dogs, but the normal insects would be really nice to be turned into that. The main reason I have the Jinnie is because it would work so great with Phylath. You slam a Jinnie on turn 5, and then turn 6, Phylath comes out, and you're able to create, up to 6 plant tokens that will then all be hasty cat tokens. Then you play a land and you get a counter onto all of those and vigilance, and they get attack in for the lethal. That's kind of the dream, is that we do have the one Jinnie to do that. Jetmir also allows that same kind of combo to happen just by having a bunch of plants, giving them all, trample, deal all the damages, all of the things. So Jetmir is able to do a lot of stuff. We also have really cool card with Devilish Valet. So Devilish Valet, any kind of deck that can bring out lots of tokens, bring out lots of things all at once. This doubles its power over and over and over again. We get to put counters onto stuff with Felidar Retreat. We have the one Skyclave Pick-Axe to be able to equip onto our Devilish Valet. All those would be really sweet. But the main dream is to be able to attack in, play this out, have a bunch of Phylath tokens hit the battlefield the next turn, or Restoration tokens, Scute Swarm tokens, Felidar Retreat tokens, other creatures just hitting the battlefield. Once we have enough hit the battlefield, this will be able to deal all sorts of damage and win the game pretty handily. So that is kind of the dream, is that we have Devilish Valet as a way to win this. We have very little interaction, though. This is all a deck just around, let's do fun stuff, and let's hope they don't do better things because we have no way to interact with it. But oh boy, are we going to do fun stuff. And that's all that matters. Let's go ahead and dive in the gameplay. Let's see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. All right, up against Eklik, and a good hand. We have Lotus Cobra. If Lotus Cobra dies, it's a bad hand. So a little bit awkward, but we're gonna try it out. Getting out of Jetmir on turn 3 is definitely worth shooting for. So we're gonna get out Lotus Cobra turn 2. Hope for no removal. This looks like runes. Naya humans. Doesn't really matter what we use there. Go for Jetmir, not attacking, pass the turn. We only have 2 copies of Jetmir. We only have 1 copy of Jinnie. We're drawing a lot of the things that I really just want to like happenstance into. We don't want a full hand of this stuff. It's cool at all, but we want all of the other things, Multicolored spell, create a treasure token. Interesting. Just making the treasure token all the time is actually very good. So I want to hold on to those landfall triggers. I do want to get out 3 creatures, though, just to get vigilance here. So we're going to add the green. I don't really want to trade off there, but giving him extra mana of 2 different colors here is annoying. I don't need extra mana. If I find a Phylath, it would be nice. So let's go ahead and attack in. A Phylath off the top, I think, is just lethal. And being able to play one of these out, play it. Yeah. There's ways. Rite of Harmony. So I did go fix the mana. I do have one Broker's Hideout now, and I get put in 2 of the ones that grab forest, mountain, and swamps, so that we can grab our mountains more consistently. So 1 of these Broker's Hideouts, 2 of the other one, I forgot the name, and I went down to 3 of the Jetmir's Garden, just because it is a tap land, but it doesn't necessarily help us a ton. I use it for the cycling effect and making sure that we can fix our mana when we're using so many basics, but we have so many ways to fix mana, I'm not as worried about it. I like this deck, by the way. Naya enchantments. It seems kind of off with the multicolored stuff, but stimulus package with this works okay. You can play lots of things, but I can't feel like I can't help but feel like this isn't going to be an amazing game plan ultimately. We just can't draw, you know, important stuff though. I think we hold off on playing any lands. I could swing in with Jetmir, see if they want to go for the trade-off, and then replay him. But right now, I guess we're just going to wait and see what they do. We just didn't draw any of, you know, landfall stuff, which, I mean, is a thing that can happen, I suppose. A little frustrating. Yeah, opponent's deck is kind of going off, especially because, you know, we're not interacting. I really like the Rite of Harmony for card draw with stimulus packages and stuff. Be able to make a bunch of tokens with Rite of Harmony is brilliant with the widespread thieving here. This is a super, super fun deck. Yeah, the concept here is so awesome. However, I feel like I can't help but feel like it's going to be hard to really go off with this. But yeah, anytime, whenever a creature or enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, only this turn, draw a card. But they can draw 5 cards right now. Yeah, making an extra treasure token to bring out 2 more humans, draw 2 more cards. If they get multiple of these widespread thieving things, like going off between Rite of Harmony and Join the Dance, oh, it's so good. Because you'll make more treasures than you're spending as long as you get multiple of those out on the battlefield. And so I really like this. Everything they're doing is legit, and I love it. This is kind of like a 1-turn fill the board. I'm not sure if it's a 1-turn KO. I'm not sure how they do that, but I'm excited about it. And then these are all humans, so having Casilda also gives them millions of mana on the next turn. There it is. So they got the widespread theming number 2. And I'm not even sure if they have big payoffs. I don't think they need it. It could be like a Jetmir, because they're in the colors, just to like have like a way to do something. Man, we have drawn so poorly for everything that we need to be doing here. We're not even up to 6 creatures yet. Thanks. Yeah, we're doing a whole lot of nothing. I want to keep seeing what their deck is doing. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on playing these because there's some great opportunities later on to go off with this. We could still win with an awesome Phylath here, you know. So we're gonna hold off. Yeah, if we get a Phylath with Jinnie, it's just insane. Yeah, so they're gonna use the mana to get something for free here. Looks like we haven't seen like an actual full-on win con. That's why I'm just holding off for the moment. Show another Scalds. Yeah, I love the Jukai Naturalist. Oh, and it's a human as well, right? So good. This is... I want to build this deck. This looks really fun. Yeah, just so many fun things going on here. They do kind of run the risk of milling themselves out at some point or drawing out before they actually attack in and win. Like, they're not actually pressuring lethal yet. I'm sure they have ways to make it happen, but I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, being able to tap down these humans is awesome as well. With Jukai, as soon as they get like 2 Jukai Naturalists and these humans, they can basically cast everything for very cheap, if not free. Oh, they don't think they meant to use 2 treasures there. Digging through their entire deck. More Process Innkeeper so they have all the life gain that they could want. Yeah, more card draw. Down to 13 cards though. I mean, if they haven't found the answer yet, and maybe they don't have enough mana to actually cast the win con, they might have to wait a turn. I mean, that's kind of what I'm hoping for, is just like we can wait 1 turn and then go off here. So I like what they're doing, but they don't actually have a win con yet. I mean, Showdown of the Skulls to put counters onto millions of things on the next turn is a good play as well. But it still isn't a win con for this turn. And they're down to 6 cards left in the library. How many rights have they cast this turn? So they're yeah, how many things are triggering? Just 1. Okay, so 5 cards left in the library. How many cards in hand? 13 cards in hand, 10 in exile able to be played here. That we can't see. Pretty legit. Yeah, tune the hideaway stuff. That's pretty fun. So they have to be able to cast a multicolored spell and then have enough mana to pay 5. And so they might have stuff in this hideaway, and they're just kind of like waiting to make it happen, but they might not be able to. All right, everything is +1/+0 and gets haste. They get to kill Jinnie Fey. It's still not lethal. They got indestructible as well. Yeah. Well, let's block like that. I'm not sure if that's lethal now. It probably is. I was gonna say, I don't think it's quite there. I still want to see if I can find a Phylath. It would just be fun with the Jetmir. And I want to see if they mill themselves out somehow. I mean, part of it, I just want to see what this deck is so I can build it. I like a lot of what they're doing. Discarding all of the cards. Dude, we drew all lands. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we have absolutely no. This is like the worst you could possibly draw. I'm going to decline to find just for fun. Pass the turn. All right. Let's see if they'll mill themselves out. They get to put counters onto everything. They get to attack in. They have lethal already. Yeah, we're in all sorts of trouble. Come on, cast the rights. You know you want to. All right, yeah, we'll be done now. They're not going to mill themselves out. Sounds good. 4 cards left, but they went down to 4 cards. So they're winning through Showdown of the Skulls, being able to put counters onto everything. It's kind of a feeble win con, which is kind of funny to it. But I mean, at the same time, though, you get to play way more of your deck than anyone else, which typically wins games. So I love it. Alrighty, all right, this is a good hand. I like this. So keeping this hand. I also like being able to play out Lotus Cobra after turn 2, and so we get to play out Hellhound, probably just Jetmir's Garden. We'll see what we end up doing. I'm not sure how aggressive I'm wanting to go with this just yet. It kind of depends on how much removal I think they're going to have. But if I can be getting in for a few turns with this, and right now they're just, it looks like they're not doing removal type things. So we'll see. All right, they have removal type things. Okay then, well. See, now that's a little bit awkward. We should have got out this land first against that matchup, but we're going to be fine. All right, play out a Lotus Cobra. I'm going to play out this land. Green. Pick-Axe to the Lotus Cobra. Alright, pass turn. See if they have more removal. Another Ray of Enfeeblement would be bad. Boseiju, interesting, and giving us an extra land for that. That is kind of ridiculous. We'll take a Jetmir's Garden, yes. I normally you would keep those in to make sure you have cycling lands, but for me, I'm actually wanting to make sure I have enough other lands for later turns. That's a very surprising play. That shows to me that they don't have very much removal. Because otherwise, they would just hold off and kill the Lotus Cobra in response, I feel like. Giving us an extra land in a landfall deck? Okay. Okay, Brushfire Elemental. Alright, do we hold off on the Scute Swarm until we can guarantee get the triggers? And honestly, I think so. So this turn, we're not going to go off with that. We're just going to go for Overlook. Grab a forest. So we could totally play Scute Swarm. Yeah, no, we wait until we can guarantee get the trigger. They're going to be a deck that's going to be running, what's it called? Mihik Massacre. We want them to fire it off this turn. That's the dream. Is we let them fire it off this turn, and then we get to Scute Swarm the next turn, rebuild. They don't have any removal for, you know, the 3 Scute Swarms or 4 Scute Swarms we'll have. And then we get to go off for 2 more turns and then win. And we're trying to avoid them having the scary stuff. Keep the Elemental. We're just pressuring life total. They got to draw cards, so that means they dug deeper for a Mihik Massacre. All right, so Scute. Question is, do I go for Evolving Wilds this time? I think no, I'm gonna go for the Elemental, so we're just gonna go ahead and fire it off. Evolving Wilds is nice because you don't have this triggers immediately. You have to do it. There's not like a way to not go grab the land. I mean, you can kind of find it, but that doesn't really help a ton. So we have Scute Swarms going. Now, though, if they have a Mihik Massacre, we're in so much trouble. I was really hoping they would use that in the last turn and not Invoke Despair. And I'm hoping they didn't have it, but they drew enough cards that it's a decently high probability they find it. So there is another land that would be interesting to bring in. There's another Saga that would be good with a Azusa that lets you play additional lands on a turn. Blood in the Snow, Rudeness. All right. Mammoth. Not terrible. Not great. Pass turn. All right, we have to be top decking good threats. We need the big stuffs. Anything less, and we're in bad shape. Let's go dig for things. There's a Phylath. Did they just find another board wipe? Because I could pressure pretty aggressively here. I'm wondering if I just pressure with a Mammoth, let them find something else, and then we Phylath on the next turn and go off with it. Like we're only going to find so many really good threats, and this is one of those threats that actually wins us the game. Do we pressure it now? They just went and found something. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Evolving Wilds here. I'm going to attack in. I'm not going to crack the Evolving Wilds. I'm going to save it for Phylath later. Attack in. Yeah, so yeah, we don't crack the Evolving Wilds. We just let that die. Turn it back. That's right. Pass the turn. All right, so they went and dug for something. Invoke Despair. Okay. It's not great for us. If that's what they went and found, I'm a little bit annoyed. At the same time, though, if they had Mehic Massacre, we're in lots of trouble. Permanent they control leaves the battlefield, so Evolving Wilds. We're still gonna hold off though. They can exile all of our tokens all day long. That's awkward. So go Phylath. Make a ton of tokens. Evolving Wilds number 2 counters. Pass turn. Don't give them counters on their upkeep so they can't exile all my tokens. But then on the end step, put more counters onto everything. We can present lethal. Like, they have to have board wipe here, and it has to be a good board wipe. Even just, we can even just make one really big plant if they have other stuff here. So we're a meat hook massacre. Goes for dig up. Okay. 5 mana. And they could find a Lolth. They could be digging for Blood in the Snow, and hopefully, and they might have a land in hand. That's a way to do stuff. Mehic Massacre on 1. All right, so they're holding on to 2 mana. It's a counter. Grab a... we'll grab a forest. Forest and mountains are the main thing that we're needing. Put that there. All right, so, I mean, right now we're still presenting lethal. If they don't have a way to answer Phylath, they gain 1 life up to 11, but still... With the Courtyard, will be fine. Any other... Another Evolving Wilds would be nice to be able to put the counters onto stuff interactively. Alright. That works. Jetty dude. So they can block 2 guys, and then we still have 11 to win. So yeah, that was it. We didn't have enough creatures to get the trample, otherwise it would have been Domination Station. But they have to block the 2 9/9s, 5, 6, that equals 11. Got there. Bam! Oh, that was sweet. We really need like more interaction this deck. Card draw, ways to deal with things, whatever. But, you know, luck is still a fun way to win. I like it. All right, no landfall payoffs, all slow lands. Jetmir and Mammoth are the only things we can really get to. So we mulligan this one away. We need to have some sort of payoff early on. So this will keep. We'll drop Jinnie Fae. Jinnie Fae, again, it's a one of. It's not something that's necessary for our game plan. Jetmir, it's just really good. It's a 4-mana 5/4 already. It buffs up other stuff and itself as long as we have a few extra creatures. Like it's just never really a bad card if you're in the colors. That's my opinion on that. Oh, this is the one I can't go grab red. Oops. I have the wrong extra land there. I got the Brokers Hideout. I meant to go grab the one that grabs forests and mountains as my 2 extra, because that's the one I actually need the most of. But we were able to get out Florahedron. We really need to find red mana like ASAP. White mana is something that it's just nice to have, but we really don't need that. So I actually those are mistakenly in there over other things that should be. Oops. Ascendant Spirit. Up against a mono blue tempo deck, it would appear. All right, so Felidar Retreat at least gives us a thing to do. Hopefully they don't have more Fading Hopes. Spell Pierce, they were holding up one mana there. Felidar Retreat would be annoying to get countered. Ah. Also annoying. All right, so we're going to go Felidar Retreat. Getting this on the battlefield is going to be better for us ultimately. Okay, get out creatures, and then Jetmir be able to hit the battlefield on the next turn. It's going to be swell. One more red source, and we get to play Brushfire and Jetmir, hidden for all of the damages. Taps it down. Yeah, it's a bummer. I'm going to force him to spend the mana here. It does get rid of our token, but if I'm forcing them to use the mana there, I'm okay with that. It just means less interaction for later. All right, so that is a tapped land. All right, so we're going to try for the Jetmir. If it gets countered, it's really annoying. Yeah, this is the wrong land that we need. So a little bit frustrating here. So first one, so this will actually trigger on a little bit different thing. So we're going to put the cat first this time on these kinds of lands. The cat comes first, and then this will trigger after the fact. Where with if you have multiple Felidar Retreats, you have to plan out a little bit differently. Counters onto everything. Attack in for 6. Decent amount of damage. Being able to give our stuff vigilance every turn is going to be really nice against this Dream Shacklegeist. So now it's just a kind of a matter of how much removal, how much interaction do they actually have here? Can they fly over the top before we kill them? And I'm hoping the answer is no. So yeah, they're going to buff up here, get another flyer. Attack in for 7, 8, 9. I mean, that's a 2-turn clock, but they have to have enough mana to not die against us. So if they have another Fading Hope, that's all they really need to stay alive here and be okay. That's annoying. Backs in. Down to 8. We found a land. That is very good. Does this give everything double strike once we get how many creatures? 9 or more creatures. But getting up to 6 at least gives us more stuff. So we do want to go for the cat here. They have trample now. All right, we're gonna attack. Do you have the bounce for Jetmir? If not, we win. They could have a block as well, but with trample and the kind of deck they're playing, it's unlikely. Yeah. All right, and that's a good game. All right, yeah. I figured that they had something there, but they're gonna go all out. Cool. So I mean, we got all set up to win in one turn. They just had the answer. Yeah, I need to fix the lands here. If we had been able to get out red mana one turn earlier, I'm not sure if we would have been able to do much of anything. I would have pressured a little bit more, but they had the answer that they needed. Bummer. Up against Harakiri style, and I like the Hellhound for this hand. Yeah, we're gonna keep this one. Scute Swarm is nice with Jinnie for a while, and then it can be pretty annoying to have Jinnie. So we'll see exactly what we're wanting here. So go Hellhound. Oh, I'd love to have the green mana here for this elemental. I think I might throw out the Evolving Wilds and wait until the next turn to actually crack it, just to see if I can find a red source, play it out, and then have Evolving Wilds available as well. It's the highest upside for the next turn, and it also gives us a chance to find the red source, or sorry, a green source or a red source. And so I think that I'm holding off here and not cracking now. Or I can actually play out Jinnie Fey and just have a 3/3 on the battlefield and still hidden for 2. Yeah. I think just fixing our mana, making sure we can actually play the game, you know, is more important. So we're gonna do that, I suppose. Attack in. Down to 18. Jinnie? No counterspell. Good. Felidar Retreat, I like Jinnie. A Scute Swarm is more of a ultimate win kind of when we get up to 6 mana, so I'm not looking for that immediately. Okay, then removing it is fine as well. We'll use that as a land. Go wide, and then have Felidar Retreat to put counters onto stuff. We're hit hard. Let's hit hard. Okay, down to 15, pass the turn. Mage's Assistant. Non-creature spell, they have a land open. So we need, so Felidar Retreat is gonna get countered here if we cast it. It's annoying. That's Scute Swarm. Pass turn, no land either. So this deck has 29 or 30 lands. So being at 4 lands here is a little bit ridiculous.
Every job is an opportunity to learn more. I've made plenty of connections.
Got another Mage's Assistant. Lots of bodies on the board. While they don't have mana up, we're gonna get out the Felidar Retreat. No attacks, pass turn. Find a land someday. That would be nice. Please. Disciplined Duelist. Finding a Jetmir on a board that's going wide here is would be really awesome. Ligrella. So this is probably a ETB deck. This might be like a temporal circle, teleportation circle, whatever, the one that keeps blinking stuff at the end step. Wow, yeah, we've gone way too many turns to not find land. Like, that's ridiculous how long it's been since we found a land now. There's no way this deck should be doing that. Half of our draws should be lands, even with the ones that we've, you know, limited. We only limited 1 anyway. This is just silly now. All right, we'll chump block this 6 damage. We'll take the 4. Wow. Wow. This is getting ridiculous. I mean, if we find the land, we're in sweet. We're gonna get a token here, get a token here. Valet starts getting bigger. Like we could still win pretty quickly. Okay, nope. Yeah, this is just getting ridiculous. We needed to find a land 5 turns ago. And the one land that we found was the Florahedron, which only mostly counts as a land. Wow. What do I do? So it's not lethal. We're just gonna see what we can find off the top. It's already over because we just did not draw. We found a land. Oh, I love magic. Sometimes. Okay. So, yeah, create blockers. I mean, we have Phylath now. We get to make 3 tokens out of this. Blockers are good and whatnot. They have a bunch of tokens here. No attacks. I want to say good game. We can technically block enough stuff, but I don't think that we can really win. Oh yeah, they get flying. Yeah, good game. Yeah. That was frustrating. Wow. Wow. What do you do when you have 30 lands in your deck and you can't draw land number 4 or 5? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Up against Kumai, Ah, horrible hand. Gotta have something cheap. This is better. This is one, I think we're dropping the Jinnie Fae. Jinnie Fae is in some ways stronger than Scute Swarm just because it's at least a 3/3. It does make Felidar Retreat tokens more versatile, which is really nice. But we're gonna keep this, and I think yeah, this is how we actually win games, and these guys are still good. So we'll drop it. Let us see if we have a shot. Go with the Garden. Pass turn. Brushfire Elemental on turn 2. We'd love to find another one. A second Brushfire Elemental here would be quite great. Go Elemental. Attack in. Down to 19. Pass turn. Alright, so we have 5 damage there. Potentially 10 damage if we find another Elemental. Another Scute Swarm. Do I want to go for the Cabaretti? Do I want to save that for tokens and going wide? I think I'm going to go for just damage output here. And also... yeah. Swing in. Down to 14. Pass turn. I'm still debating if I want to play Mammoth on the next turn. It's actually a decent play for us if we find another land off the top. If it's an untapped land, I actually really like the Mammoth. But if it's this land, then we're gonna play the Felidar Retreat. So attack in. See if they have removal here. Yep. That's fine. Okay, yeah. Now we're trying to build up a board. And we can use the Mammoth to get the token if we need it. All right, we have Scute Swarms online. So, yeah, play one Scute Swarm here, play out Mammoth. Cats. These don't have board wipe. This could be a Doomscar. I'm not really sure what they're playing here. Bring on the house. Yeah, that's fine. The hope is that they get rid of that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Play you out. Mammoth go. Create a cat. Attack in. All right, down to 12. I mean, if we find a land that gets us 2 triggers here, I think it's lethal. Double Scute Swarm. Oh, that's so good. What's the only thing? Oh, man, anything they find is going to kill us, though. We needed to find a land so bad right here. The issue is that they cast any spell the next turn, they get Burn Down the House. So Burn Down the House is already going to hit. And I'd much rather have Scute Swarms after the fact, but if they have Burn Down the House every turn, we're just dead. It's over. So I guess we just hope that they don't have stuff. If we had the land, we would have won immediately. But now I think it's over just because they have Burned Down the House every single turn at instant speed. It's over. That's so dumb. And they had Doomscar available. Yeah. Did they get the Burn Down the House? And they got the Burn Down the House. Of course they did. Yeah, that's a hard lock. That's game over. Cool. All right, guys. So I don't think Landfall is necessarily a good deck for the format after seeing all this. There's fun things to do. I was testing it out more in free play, and we've actually played in ranked there and lost all of the games. You know, we won one that was really fun, and we did big things in all of the games 1 to 2 turns too late, or, you know, 1 piece of removal destroyed our entire game plan. So it's like, it's just Landfall is awesome. It's just not as good as everything else right now. There's just a lot of really powerful things in the format, and that's how it always is before we're about to head into rotation. That there's a lot of cards, so there's lots more optimization. It's harder to make silly fun things to be as good, and that's fine. There's lots of fun things we can do besides it. There's lots more combos in the format. There's lots of other things, and so that's why we're gonna keep trying stuff, see how it goes. But yeah, wish me luck in the next one, and I'll see you guys, like and subscribe, and bye bye.